Your country is going crazy. What the hell is going on there?
Man, we're given banana. To call us a banana republic would be an insult to banana republics. You know, we're just. It's a complete clown show of incompetence at every level. You know, Joe Biden, I guess he's going to start doing ads for Depends, you know, the adult undergarments, basically diapers. So that'll be his post-presidential career. They trot out Kamala Harris, you know, cackles. And
I call her Kamala Janice.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, she's. They try to present her as some sort of very smart person, and she's not smart. I mean, she's widely considered to be pretty dumb, and on top of it, she's not a nice person. She's abusive. You know, she's got a reputation for being the she-devil. And, you know, 94% of the people that have gone to work for her have quit, which is not what you'd call a great track record. So
they tried to convince her that she actually made a cleanup.
Yeah, well, first, you know, they don't understand this concept of videos, social media. So they name her as the border czar, and they write articles about her as the border czar. And then one of the reporters who wrote about her as the border czar comes out and says, she was never the border czar. And you're going, hey, dude, you wrote the article about it. Read your own article, you know.
There were some media outlets that were apologizing by saying that some things before, right? Like I don't know if it was Politico or, I don't know, just say, you know, we said that before, but now we think different. It's just so obvious.
Yeah, it's just, you know, we're leaderless. We do not have anybody in charge, and none of the political leaders on either the Democrat or Republican side are demonstrating any kind of real maturity. I mean, it's just pretty frightening.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've been. I mean, since I started the channel not so long ago, 1 year ago, but since I start paying attention to these things, the impression that I have is that there's a simple vacuum of power like everywhere. Europe, United States. I mean, everywhere that used to rule the world. I will quote that, but this kind of imagination. But yeah, I mean, it's weird to see that from the outside. Actually, I mean, Joe Biden. I cannot imagine. I was asked this the other day. Was there ever a worse president than Joe Biden? But then, yeah, I'm not a specialist in American history. I could not say anything about that. But was there?
I guess we'd have to sit down and define what do we mean by worse. We had a president who was medically incapacitated in the last year of his administration, Woodrow Wilson, and he certainly got the United States into a war that we didn't necessarily need to get involved with. But in terms of, if you're going to measure in terms of the rise in crime, and the Democrats like to claim, oh, crime's gone down under Joe Biden, but the only reason it's gone down is because the major cities are not reporting crime. So if you stop reporting it, of course you're going to get fewer reports. The security at the border has become a joke. In fact, the number I saw was they've had more people flood across the borders than were actually born in the United States last year.
Oh, wow.
So the United States is destroying itself from within. Major cities are complete hellholes, dystopian hellholes. Looks like something taken out of a Mad Max movie with drug addicts. Certain streets are just filled with what they call zombies. So yeah, you know, Biden's terrible across the board, and then apart from that, has got the United States on the verge of three different wars: Ukraine, Middle East, and China. Instead of looking to build peace, or he's looking to engage in conflict. And all this comes at a time that we've got news now that the U.S., if it did get into a shooting war, might have 3 weeks of ammunition total in the stockpiles. After that, be out. So, we don't even, we don't have the industrial capability anymore to sustain a war if we get involved with one.
Yeah, I saw this new. Now came to my mind the following question. Could be the other day I was watching Alexander Mercury's, and he mentioned one thing that I had thought before, but it seemed just not so right. That even him, he said, okay, if you do the math, it's still not there. But could it be that Europe, United States are building a misleading campaign that we are broke, so people think
no
they are broke.
This is we really are that bad. This reminds me, when I was back in 2003, 2004, I was teaching what was called a senior crisis management seminar, and for State Department. And we would have people, we do one country at a time, say people from Saudi Arabia or people from Syria, and back then, or Colombia. And they would all come up to me, and my job was to do the brief on terrorism, the terrorist threat, and on the human rights question, tell them, don't pull out people's fingernails. And they would always come up to me and go, okay, what's the real story? Why did you guys invade Iraq? What's really going on? They actually believed that we had some secret, nefarious plot, because they were used to not telling us the truth. Mm-hmm. And I said, no, we're really that screwed up. We don't know what we're doing. They thought we were just pulling our punches. So this notion that now the United States is just, we're trying to sucker punch people, try to make them think that we're weak when we're really strong, and conduct a false flag. No, we're really that screwed up.
That's since all this began, because I grew up in Brazil, so I'm from Rio de Janeiro. I grew up with Hollywood cinema and all, the news, the cable TV, for example, is one thing that I always mention here. The cable TV in Brazil is 99% United States. And,
Mm-hmm.
When I moved to Europe, HBO, Showtime, all these things, they're gone. They're gone for me. So I grew up with, with this, United States is the super country, super. And then I see that, and deep down inside, just there, near the liver, I feel like, just a little bit, I wish all these plans would work, from one day to another, and you see that, Russia collapses and China collapses and the United States surge with great victory over, just not to believe that I've been fooled for my entire life, Yeah. And this is because it looks so good of a plan. So bad, so stupid, so out of touch with any kind of reality that it's hard to believe that is, actually someone thought about it.
Well, there was an era, and you grew up in it, when the United States was, let's call it, the leader in fashion, mm-hmm. the leader in entertainment, the leader in food, what people wanted to emulate, what they wanted to copy. Mm-hmm. Remember when blue jeans were the rage around the world, you could sell blue jeans for enormous prices in places like Russia. People wanted to, it was cool to be American.
Yeah.
That's over. That's over. We're now, America's become like Joe Biden, old, cranky, and forgetful, and sort of
And
regularly pooping our pants too,
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I think we even discussed this before here in the channel. The oligarchy, the leadership of the United States just looks like an 80s, 70s perhaps version of itself. They are still there. They are still pumping steam. The industries are on the brink. But yeah, come on, let's stop smearing the United States. Although all this is very sad that we are happening and we are seeing. I mean, I have a lot of steam. I have a lot of friends in the United States, and I just wish some people with good sense would come up to the stage and say, okay, yeah, it's enough. It's enough. We went too far. We went too far for a long time.
Well, the ability, the United States has lost its ability to really be the world leader. We always fancied ourselves as the world leader. That goes back to Ronald Reagan quoting Isaiah, that the United States is a city on a hill, city of light, that all the world flocks to say, let us learn to be like you. It's sort of arrogant for starters, but what we've now witnessed is that with the rise of BRICS, with the attempt to destroy Russia, the United States has exposed itself as a country not capable of following through on its threats. And we've started a war, and we want to pretend that Russia started the war in Ukraine, but we started that war going back to 2014. And now we can't finish it. And we made promises to Ukraine. Hey, we got your back. We're with you to the end. Well, guess what? This is the end, guys. Good luck. And then from an economic standpoint, we used to, everybody, we ruled the world. And you had to use dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Russia was shut out of that system, and the Chinese recognize, hey, they can do it to Russia, they can do it to us. Then the Russians, Chinese, the Brazilians, Indians, South Africans all got together and said, hey, let's come up with an alternative system where we don't have to rely on the dollar. And lo and behold, they're starting to do international trade and they're not relying on the dollar. And the Americans are still so arrogant, they can't live without us. We're so important. No, we're not. In fact, we're in the process of becoming irrelevant. And I think sort of the similar fate awaits the United States is what happened to what happened to the Soviet Union when it collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the last days of the Soviet Union, Gorbachev was in charge, so they got someone sort of younger, fresher. But before that, it was this geriatric crowd from Leonid Brezhnev, Yuri Andropov, Andrei Gromyko. So, I remember those folks from my teenage years. And here in the United States, we're left, our playbook is this. If you don't do what we want, we're going to threaten you with sanctions. We're going to run a covert action through the CIA to try to destroy you or undermine you. Or we're going to go to war with you. Those are our options. And people look around going, this is like being forced to date the rapist on your street. Okay?
Exactly.
Exactly. People say, no, I don't want to deal with you or that. Get away from me.